Start the stream again. Um, Particularly the chat bot was not posting anywhere. It was not, YouTube was not hosting me for some reason. But it's back up now. You guys should still not be getting desktop audio, which is good, so don't go connect there. I'm gonna try the Nightbot in the YouTube chat real quick. Let's say this sometime again. Oh, I told him not to join. Oops. This is for YouTube. And then should we both? So I'm gonna try them both real quick. See if that pops up when it's supposed to. Might not, just annoying. What are you doing, Nightbot? It's gotta be user error, because no chatter, nobody. No chatter is me, that makes more sense. Just getting bold the whole time. How do I check if he's even there? Let's try and think. Oh, pretty quick. Man, where are you, Nightbot? Spent so much time on nothing. I should be able to see if it's in the chat, right? It's just in the chat. Nightbot. Yeah. Nightbot's not in the chat. Not doing anything. Messages. Oh, there we go. Oh, I put the game in the wrong chat. Whoops. Fix this. So it should work then. Twitch. Yeah, nice. Should be able to do this. Nice. Unless it's just over the cooldown. Did our timer reset, by the way? I think it did. Looks like it did. Is it just the cooldown? It's killing it? I mean, that should be fun. It's not support rival same game at this time. That's the goal. That works. It's like a delay everywhere. Anyways, enough of that. Let's move on. It's just a long delay. Maybe once they get like affiliated, it's faster or something. Anyways, let's open up. Okay, so that worked. Cool. So it's now Clifford can't code here. It should save us some space and be a little more on brand, I guess. And I can change the ORD. It looks like I have to reboot to do that, or do it off. I have to do that off screen, I guess. Okay. Now, we're gonna want another one of these. It's always not the direction you want. Shouldn't pass our red line, so we projects to United Against Poverty. We can put in our okay, let's get that off screen so it's not over chat. There we go. That should be good. That, and then so this is the plan. We're going to be trying to make a dashboard that pulls in like some APIs and maybe scrape some websites for data that they might, or that we think they might find pertinent. And then we're going to try to tie that, like this is the end goal, right? We're going to have that dashboard and we're going to try to do some analytics slash modeling with that data against their data, which should simultaneously weed out the data that we have or that we're scraping, so that we can, be more minimalist about it and sort of arbitrary type deal. And then also get them some good results based on their data, since their data is not a super stable data source. I'm not sure if I can show that part on stream. I didn't ask the organizers. But I should probably do that on Monday. Anyways, let's make it a to-do about this thing. Yeah. Probably touch D then do that's good. Do okay, so this so step one, you should say Actually, let's just let the default be on stream, and then we can say offline. I want to. I don't think this is the proper format. Like, I can't see the preview of the SmartTime files. If I try to load it, it probably does not work. Like these would be bullets, and then these wouldn't, because there's not space here. Anyways, offline. Okay. And then here. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is, so let's just copy this. Let's change this first. Okay. And let's take this. And whatever. Interesting. I guess we'll just type it. How do we do this? Um, From HTML, and then we can open and maybe offline we get a domain so that we can test it against a live HTTP server. Okay. Yeah. So this is like what we're doing. So we'll leave this screen as a sort of task manager, I guess. And then we can do this, So we have our search screen and then our stuff, our lists here. I sort of like splitting it with evens on the screen and odds on the screen in terms of workspaces. Makes it cuts in half, but I have to know. I just have to remember to do convention at one point instead of throughout the whole screen. So let's I'm gonna go here. And we want this. Maybe just defaults to that. I don't know. I don't have to pay no attention to that behavior. Okay. So I've been going through this sort of, and I did this off screen between work and 6. So I had Node.js installed. So we use that to fix our COC problem in our nvim config. And then I ran npm to install HTTP server. And I already had curl installed. And so we're trying to curl our HTML. So let's go to the site. Yeah, so this is the site. It's just like a super rudimentary WordPress. Like you can tell they don't have like a huge budget for stuff like this, which makes sense. Like they have a pretty big operation actually. Like it sounds like there might not be a lot of data, but like when you consider logistics and supply lines and stuff like that, it actually could be pretty considerable. We're going to see what the capabilities of doing things on an HTML server are. And I haven't really played with online algorithms enough to know if they would be useful here. I think they would be, but I don't know if they'd be robust enough. We'll see though. Keep going. Like these are very this is like a very rough plan, right? There's a lot of flexibility here. Okay. So what we want to do right there is, so we're probably going to put it under the calendars. So let's just see what these look like. I don't know where else we would put it. This is the Orlando version, so I'm thinking most data that we get from APIs that would be pertinent to this is going to be time series, or at least have a timestamp. And then maybe a zip code. So we can at least like pre-categorize it by date and maybe zip code. And then in the Flex dashboard for R, we might be able to use R Markdown to make a calendar. I hope they can do that. That's kind of a specific thing. Let's see. Because here, like, my colleagues are working in R, and I don't know R, which is why it's on our things to learn here. But I've only done a little bit of it. So let's check Flex dashboard and see if it'll do what we need it to do. Flex dashboard. Because from what I was seeing in this, you can't put a Shiny app because then the server they're running against has to have R capabilities. And we're working with like minimal information. Our team personally hasn't, like the people I'm working with, when I say our team, I mean the people I'm working with, not the people that organized it. We haven't communicated with them at all. We've done like one email and the guy took like a few days to get back to us. I don't think he realized how much work it was going to be being the go-between. We're working with like minimal information, which is part of the reason why I suggested switching back to the like use as little of their data as possible. Plus it just being like they don't have a very stable data pipeline. So like we would have to work hands-on with them to get that going. And that would be a good amount of work. But hopefully if we do this, it'll have something useful for them that won't break and won't need a lot of maintenance, especially if it's written in Rust. Flex dashboard, calendar. Let's see. Our Markdown, format Flex dashboard. I think it was excluding calendar. Must include calendar. Color shade calendars. This. Shiny extensions. Let's see. Yeah, calendar's like a pretty esoteric visualization. Like two. Hopefully you can just push the R into the HTML. This with this. Okay. Color-coded calendar. Cool. And so ggplot2, ggcal. Interesting. I wonder if we can make those like sub boxes. We'll have to see how fancy we can get. That's the last step, is to tinker with maths and visuals. So they're making it cooler. Nice. Heat map. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so it looks like it's possible. We might be able to make this cooler when we go into the code. Did she just build this? Is this just like a heat map that she built? That's what it looks like. No, it's a library. Let's look at the library. Generate simple calendar plots. They are simple. It's fine enough. I wonder if there's a way that we could just run the R and then integrate it with like a Google Calendar. Calendar. The calendar event automatically invites people in the Gmail message and includes the Gmail message in the calendar event description. Create events API. Google Calendar from Google Sheets. That would be cool if we could put it in Google Sheets. That's like not very secure at all. Sheets. To like download something. Yeah, we might just want to stick with the stuff. Maybe just abandon it, because those calendars look pretty bad. If this is the HTML, this is like, we could maybe even push it into whatever we have here. That would be cool. Make this like a sub, like shrink the calendar down somehow. And then put our own data on it, and then give them other visuals. Just like make this HTML calendar part of the dashboard. I don't know if we can do that. It might have to like awkwardly be on the side or something. We'll see. I don't know if I would have to edit this site's HTML to match what comes out of the R, or if I would have to edit the R to match this. Probably the R to match this, which is the opposite of what I was thinking before. Anyways, this is the event calendar. What's the other calendar? News calendar. Schedule space on the upper layer calendar under SCITA. So this is like their room management. Okay, well anyways, let's go back to this of testing curling HTML and opening all the server. To here. We should be able to just curl this. Nice. Okay. Let's cat curl this into, oh well, let's go to the right block first. Let's just do this here, so we don't do that in the future. And people can see it. It's like, okay, so let's curl that into, shouldn't have to tell, should be able to just make it. Let's call it up. Orlando. That, nice. And then this says that I should be able to do HTTP server of the file. And then now it's got a server running. And we should be able to go to our local host. And I'm going to keep turning. Oof. I didn't do it, did it? Alright, that worked. So, 1. Why doesn't that work? Get favicon. Crap. Specs. So we're gonna make this bigger. Looks like nothing got opened here. Says not found again. Okay. That sucks. It says install Node.js. Server G. HTTP server file name. It's not working. Let's see if I can find a different way do it. Um, let's see if this says anything. This looks old. Right. Shut this down. Type it in. Downloaded. We actually use wget or wget. Website here. Maybe this is better. It seems too easy. Best way to mirror the website among various options. We can use the following. Makes, among other things, the download recursive. Convert links, convert all the links. Also to stuff like CSS style sheets to relative, so it'll be suitable for offline viewing. Just extension. Page requisites, download things like CSS style sheets and images required to properly display the page offline. No parent. When recursing, do not ascend the parent directory. It's useful for restricting the download to only a portion of the site. SMP twice the flags. Let's try that, I guess. Just extension. Yes. This would work. Probably have the wget command. Might be standard, but it is a view. Copy the URL for file you'd like to download in your browser. Head back to the terminal and type wget, followed by the pasted URL. I will download it and you'll see progress for the time as it does. Center drive. I'm used to two RAM, but it's like the same. Let's see some examples while this is running. New wget is a command line utility for downloading files from the web. With wget, you can download files using HTTP, FTP protocols. Wget provides a number of options allowing you to download multiple files, resume downloads, limit the bandwidth, recursive downloads, download the background, mirror website, and much more. This article shows you how to use the wget command, practical examples, detailed explanation of the most common options. Installing wget. It's pre-installed on most distros. I'm like pegging their servers right now. You should have limited the bit speed somehow. Check something real quick. Let's see if there's anyone else streaming this that I could just put you on the break. So I should have done that on the last break. For the sense of technology. Building today's goods. Projects, nothing, stuff. I think that's sorted by use. Nice choice. Talk about somebody. That's good. Let's see. And search. Let's see. Someone's doing the Rust. What is this search, not search? Okay. Super top. That's okay. This is still going. Four, 4, 3. Release response 4, 4, 3. Error 4, 4, 3 compared to system file name Windows operating system before. Doesn't seem right. Is this just the same response over and over again? No, these numbers are changing. Okay. I might have done this very wrong. Let's see. Reget command syntax. Before we go into how to use reget, let's start by reviewing the basic syntax. Reget options URL. Reget options URL. Okay. Download a file with reget. Simplest form we use without any option. Reget will download the resource specified in the URL to the current directory. For example, we're downloading the Linux kernel tar archive. Okay. Okay. As you see from above, reget starts by resolving the domain's IP address and connects the remote server and starts the transfer. During the download, reget shows the progress bar along with file name. File size, download speed, estimated. input the command correctly? Oh man, this is not working well, is it? It's getting like every single day of the calendar. So let's see, it's on the 23rd, 26th, 25th. Yeah, it's like getting every day. Like there's a file on every day of the calendar. Right? That's not gonna work. Is it? Turn off the option. Turn off the output, use the queue option. File already exists. We get will add .in numbers in the file. That's let's kill this. Oh, what I just do. First. Interesting. Let's see. The whole site, all the assets, saved files, witness sig assets, upload minutes stored, modified file names, follow ones outside this domain, no parent. Just using Reget. Just look up how to use Reget. There's tons of examples online. Expect the original file. I don't know, I need to burst reshooting, but the no parent command may be hit by a typo because when I tried no parent, it did not recognize. Interesting. Interesting. So it looks like it is working. You're just taking forever. Oops. Let's look at one that should work. Calendar, JS, goes back in. Policies calendar page. What? This is JS, right? Looks like it's copied left. It's good. This is like their Twitter or something. I really wish people would come into the stream. Hang out. Cool. Where's robots? Oh, this is gonna be for the web scraper, right? They must have had someone else do this, I'm sure. Right. Boilerplate stuff. User agent. All disallow. Let's see what that is. Robot. Text. Agents. This is. Text. This is one of the simplest files on our website. It's also one of the easiest to mess up. Just one character out of place to wreak havoc on your SEO. Revealing search engine accessing content. Common amongst SEO professionals. Robots.txt tell search engines where they can and can't go. It's all the content you want to walk away from your search engines like Google. So tell some search engines not Google how they call. What does a robot.txt file look like? These files before that makes it daunting are sometimes quite simple and short. You assign rules to bots by stating their user agent followed by directives. User agent. Each search engine identifies itself with a single user agent. You can set custom instructions for each of these robots and text files. Hundreds of user agents. Should probably set the byte start right. You can also use the star wildcard to assign directives to all agents. Let's say you want to block all bots except Googlebot on your site. Here's how you do it. User agent disallow. User agent. Oh, so they're not letting any bots on their site? Is that right? Moving robots.txt file to include directives for as many user agents as you like. That said, every time you declare a new user agent, it acts as a clean slate. In other words, if you add directives, multiple user agent directives to declare the first user agent don't apply to the second, third, fourth. See, this is a great part of doing projects, is that you learn stuff that you didn't know you needed to know. Like, I would not have looked for this if I hadn't found it. I just hit Wget and it downloaded it for me, I didn't know where it was. Okay, exception of the rule is when you declare the same user agent more than once, in case all relevant directives are not removed. Crawlers only follow the rules declared whatever user agents that most actively reply to them. Directives. Directives are rules that you want to declare user agents to follow. They are directives that Google supports along with the user's uses. Use this directive to instruct search engines not to access files and pages that fall under a specific path. For example, you want to block all search engines from accessing your blog and all its posts to robot.txt from this. If you open a path, search engine will ignore it. Use this directive to allow searchers to scroll a subdirectory or page. Even otherwise, disallow directory, for example, want to prevent searching from accessing every customer blocks one. So you could even make, like, even if they wanted to disallow everything, you could just allow the Google bot and then make like a ghost page on their website that didn't have a link to it, but the Google bot would be able to find, and it just has like keywords, right? So that there's no like data, but you're still being found by Google. Yeah, don't make conflicts. Director with the most characters wins. Okay, interesting. Sitemap. Use this directive to specify the location of your sitemaps. Search engines. If you're unfamiliar with sitemaps, they generally include the pages that you want search engines to crawl and index. So copy of robots.txt using the sitemap directive. We already submitted through Search Console, somewhat redundant for Google. However, it does tell other search engines like Bing where to find your sitemaps, so it's still good practice. Don't need to repeat sitemap directives multiple times for each user agent. Okay, cool. So you have to look at the robots file. Previously, okay, unsupported directives. No longer supported by Google. You could use this directive to specify a crawl delay in seconds. For example, you want to Google in 5 seconds, you can say Alexa, supports it. Set crawl in 5 seconds and removing bots from maximum mode. URLs. Running robots text files on a lot of websites, especially small ones. There's no good reason not to have one. It gives you more control over search engines can and can't go on your website. It can help with things like prevent crawling duplicate content, keeping sections of a website private, preventing the crawling of internal search results pages, preventing server overload, preventing Google from wasting crawl budget, preventing images and videos or sources files from appearing in Google search results. Note that while Google doesn't typically index web pages that are blocked in robots.txt, I guarantee you. It'll be at robots.txt. Now I think you're all in the browse, something like this. Interesting. We go here, duplicate this, and do robots.txt. Nice. Calendar. All of them. No. Okay, it's just the main one. Interesting. Disallow. Text generator. Every directory. It's a new line for each directive. Yeah, don't do that. It's wildcards. Use hash to specify the end. Each user agent wants specificity to avoid unintentional errors. There's comments to explain robot text file. Okay, I think we get the gist. So I might want to just run this offline, since it looks like it's going to take forever. Like a really long time. It's like the whole website. Let's see. So it downloaded the parent, it looks like. Did I type it in correctly? Where is the read? That was way long time ago. Okay. suppose. Did it not save it? That's so weird. Yeah, that's so weird. Did I cancel it or got rid of it? Huh. Interesting. Maybe this did, because it just downloaded the calendar. But I guess the robots file gets inherited to it. Alright, let's see what's in this. Oh. Although max image large. This looks like it might be what we want. Let's see. Go here. And how do we get to the raw? Tweet. It's not. Specs. Make this bigger. Okay. Go here. Doc type JS, no JS, JS no touch. Interesting. So this is not this. It has this in it though. Head. Head. JavaScript. Interesting. That's everything. Let's see. This. Okay. It's doing a lot. Why is there so many of these? We just what 96, 96, 74, 97. Double tap does not show you available options. It does, I guess. It's just there's a lot of them. That might be just watching. It's a funny name. Funny name. Like does it still let me type? Whoa. Whoops. Anyways. I really just want to see what's inside one of these. Should maybe just move on because I don't think that this is going to download in time. Maybe it's going to take a long time to download. But I also wanted to see if I'm on the right track because what's even in here? What is this? I have no idea. Never done any HTML before, or JavaScript, or CSS. There's a site that we're pointing at has a calendar on it. So it's like downloading every single day. And then all the events on that day. Maybe we just picked too complicated of a target. Which I didn't realize we were doing. Let's see. Okay, let's do it. And then any of these are going to be similar, I think. Okay, so those are the weeks. Oh, that makes sense. Kind of. Let's just see if yeah. So what is it? HTTP server index, and then right here we should be able to. I still haven't gotten this to work, so yeah, I don't know why it doesn't work. Let's see, get favicon ICO. He was doing this when I was testing it against Google too. Start from the top. Get Mozilla to Gecko. So Gecko is like what their search engine runs on, right? Get error 404 not found. Favicon. It's Favicon. Favicon. It's known as shortcut icon. File containing one or more small icons. Let's see how that would be a problem. It's just opening to nothing. Plain text CSS. Oh. Let's see. This. Do you know any web dev? I know your username says not to mind you, but you know any web dev would be super helpful. Or at least not even web dev, just what I'm trying to do. Trying to copy this. I'm basically trying to clone this website. But I guess this is like each one of these is a different element or something, which makes sense. So like each one of these is a link and it's going down. So could I just say like don't recurse down? Let's just remove what was in here. too many. Okay. Oops. Okay. And then we can remove this too, because that didn't work. Perfect. Now, what was the command we used? I guess we went past it. Yeah. And it didn't show up in my history either. Right. Pretty sure it did, but there's no wget command here somehow. Yeah. That's weird. Let's see. Limit rate 1. Wget will save the downloaded file to the current working directory. Saved to a specific location. No, okay, I don't need that. To limit the download speed, we hit limit rate. Let's just start with what we need. Start with what we need. And we can edit this. They've got to have someone like on staff or on call or something because they edited their COVID banner. That's like pretty minimal. So like all of these are gonna have buttons and stuff. I really just want like this. And then this stuff. And then a blank area to put it all. I really just want to match their templating. But if I could show them it in the fully copied website, that would be cool too. I don't know if I would get in like legal trouble for that or not. But yeah, let's do it anyway. So I could just replicate the whole website, but I would do that offline. See if we can do it without getting out recursing down all the links. So we get it. And then eventually we're gonna put this. And we want to speed is measured in bytes per second. In K or A. I'll just leave that on the default. If I destroy their servers, then oops. The option is useful when you don't want to get to consume all the available bandwidth. I mean, if I do it right, it shouldn't be that much of a download. Zooming a download, downloading in background. Downloading in the background of what? Of my terminal? I'll just open another terminal. The output is directed to wget log file in current directory. Okay, about that. Changing the wget user agent. When downloading a file, the remote server may set to block the wget user agent to emulate a different browser. Was this the error I was getting? It was in a different place. Downloading multiple files. Downloading the FTP. FTP. Creating a mirror website. Now we're talking. To create a mirror of a website with wget, use the -m option. This will create a complete local copy of the website by downloading all internal links as well as the website sources. want to use the downloaded image for local browsing, you will need to pass a few extra arguments to the command above. K option will cause Wiget to convert the links in the download document to make them suitable for local viewing. The P option will tell Wiget to download all necessary files for displaying the HTML page. Okay. Does it tell you the long form version of that? That's fine. So we want to convert the links even if we don't grab the stuff that gets beneath them, I guess. And then P, it's the stuff that makes the HTML view, which we want to do. We want to download a file over HTTPS from a host that has an invalid SSL certificate. Yeah, that's fine. Download to a standard output. In the following example, we will quietly flag QDownload. Now put the latest WordPress version with standard out. Type it to the tar utility, which will extract the archive. Okay. We get to mirror website. Starting to learn the vernacular. Make offline here. It should still work. This is where I was, I think. So mirror. Let's go down here. We did. Okay. Let's see. This is huge. Okay. Non-interactive network retriever. Inventory arguments. Background. Logging. Download tries, output, no clobber. Continue. No timestamping. Spider, don't download anything. So it just calls it. Interesting. Timeout settings. 8 seconds, quota. 4. Directories. Force creation of directories, use protocol names. CTP. I don't know a lot of this. Doesn't look like anything I would want here quite yet. Yeah, there's so much stuff I don't know how to do. Your data connection, recursive download. Okay. Specify recursive download. So I'm using the K, right? Convert links. Make links in download HTML CSS point to local files. Okay, so it changes the links pointing to their files to point to my files. Backups go in. Convert backup. Mirror. Shortcut for -n-r-l. Which is recursive. And what -n does, a capital N-L, is number maximum recursive depth. Page requests. Accept rejects. Oh, it's a break time. Just like that, we got a break. I guess, all right, well, we didn't really get anywhere on this, but we learned a lot. I'm probably just going to run this and try to copy the whole website after the stream is over, since it looks like it's going to take forever. And then we should be able to just open it, I would think. If not, we still have it, and we'll be able to go from there. Hang anyways. We'll kill this. Do this. And then I'll leave this open. I'll leave all of this open so that I know how to run it after the stream is over. We did have the thing. This is the file we're on. Did this guy copy the this guy copied this guy? It looks exactly the same. That's funny. Maybe this explains it, so I'll use this one instead. Oh, they both explain it. That's fair. Okay. So we'll leave workspace 4 for app stream. And let's see. I'm going to take a 10-minute break, and we're going to come back for another hour-and-a-half session. And I think we're going to move on to doing some Rust. So we're going to have to set our config file. Yeah, I'm going to take the stream down and then change the titles and then bring it back up and reset the 10-minute timer. All right, I'll see you guys in a little over 10 minutes.